we basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. I thought, oh, maybe that's what I said.
We pray for your continued blessing and favor to rest upon him. We pray for wisdom from heaven. I pray for your grace and your protection over him.
And nobody knows this stuff better than me.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do and income than I do. Nobody knows more about construction than I do. Nobody knows consultants better than me. I know more about drones than anybody. Nobody knows much more about technology, this type of technology, certainly, than I do.
Viewers, let's be absolutely clear about what happened last night. Donald Trump set a deadline. He threatened to wipe out a civilization, and just 2 hours before his own deadline, Donald Trump blinked. Now, would you call it a deal? I don't think so. I think it's best to call it desperation. It's a face saver at best. And then we've seen the Pakistani Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, exposing himself by posting the draft he was given by the Americans. Viewers, Pakistan did not broker this deal. Pakistan performed the act. It was assigned by Trump. But the opposition in India wasted no time to cheer Pakistan. Congress led the attack with taunts like reality of Modi's 56-inch chest, etc. The usual commentary. Now, viewers, this is the same ecosystem that backed Pakistan and berated India during Operation Sindoor. They doubted our braves. Remember Rahul Gandhi saying, I don't even know if we've won the war. Viewers, Pakistan is a broken, bankrupt state that makes itself useful to a desperate American president, or for that matter, to anyone who has money. Their ministers have gone on record to admit that Pakistan gets paid to do dirty job of the West. But the Congress wants to call that a diplomatic triumph over India. Sample the reactions.
जो पाकिस्तान का रोल है उसको हम इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ने इस वक्त मीडिएट करके दुनिया को एक तीसरी जंग से बचाया है।
पाकिस्तान अपनी फॉरेन पॉलिसी को मजबूत कर रहा है, वहीं भारत अपना विदेश नीति में कमजोर दिखाई दे रहा है।
पाकिस्तान जो उसकी हैसियत नहीं थी, वो मीडिएशन करा करके युद्ध रुकवा, ये काम तो भारत का था।
सीज़फायर का श्रेय मिल रहा है पाकिस्तान को। ये भारत के लिए और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी के लिए बहुत ही एम्बैरेसिंग बात है।
What explains this rush to, legitimize Pakistan, that is a rogue state, has a rogue record? That is really at the heart of what we will discuss in the next few minutes, because this is not some, isolated commentary or an incident, viewers. There is a pattern to this kind of, Pak Zindabad sentiment. And who are the people who are doing this? The opposition parties, mainstream political parties in India, to put Modi in bad light, are lionizing Pak. Let's open this up. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Tushar Gupta, RSN Singh, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress party, Anish Davande, national spokesperson of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction, Kishore Tiwari ji, Professor Manojit Mondal will be joining us. Abhijit, to you first. Let's quickly first talk about Trump. The man sets a deadline and then, releases a statement to save face.
Look, he's now trying to backtrack as best as he can. He got carried away. There is a benefit to an outsider coming to the scene. So, for example, everybody said the last time round that peace between the Arabs and Israel was not possible. He ended up signing more peace agreements between the Arabs and Israel than all the previous presidents combined. Then, everybody was saying, Venezuela is such an unsolvable quagmire. How do we go about it and things like that. He managed to end up solving that as well, in a manner of speaking. This was a classic case of hubris. I think it was very clear within the first 2 days that their plan wasn't working. They went in, they got completely flat-footed. They didn't realize what was happening. Every week they were improvising their plans and going wrong. The 10 days, which was initially first, a few hours, then it became 2 days, and then it finally became 10 days, was a sign of that. Constant improvisation to hide the fact that your initial plans have gone badly awry. Now, where does Pakistan come into all of this? I think the edited message of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif should tell you everything you need to know. See, Pakistan needs a high-stakes win of some kind. They are desperate. Their economy is, well, I mean, your viewers know better what what shape the Pakistan economy is in. They are much more vulnerable in all of this. Their entire, if you remember 3-4 months back, they were all celebrating their defense pact with Saudi Arabia. That is now in complete tatters. They needed something to show face. Understand, what has Trump said? The Pakistanis requested me, which means he gets to put the blame on the Pakistanis, saying it was maybe really the Iranians who got the Pakistanis to intervene. They begged me, etc., etc. Is it a win for Pakistan? Yes, absolutely, sure. Congratulations to them. It's as much of a win as an event organizer can get. But remember, an event organizer is never an event host. This is going to start up again for one reason or the other. Least of all going to be the $2 million that Iran insists it is going to charge on tankers. Oman has just put out a statement saying it rejects that completely. So good luck to them. I don't see what this has to do with us, because it is neither a loss for us. If one loser wants another loser to excoriate himself, bhai, hamara kya lena dena isme?
RSN Singh, how do you see Pakistan's role in all of this?
No, first, yesterday in the evening, I was on a phone on your esteemed channel, and I had said that for war, as far as I am concerned, is over. After, the Iran authorities, whatever left of that regime, it asked people, the same people which it had been flogging and killing all these years, they asked them to form a human chain around sensitive installations. A regime or a government or a dispensation exists to protect its people, not to put them on firing lines. So you can check up your records. I have said that. The second thing, let me tell you, and very categorically to the entire country, the day any of these countries charge toll tax for a Strait of Hormuz, I will stop coming on television. Right? Because your facts are not clear. There is something called UNCLOS. Every country has a transit right. You mean to say we'll pay to the Omnis Oman or Iran? और आपने उसका वो दूसरा ट्रम्प का ट्वीट पढ़ा आपने? वो कहता है US will help with traffic build up in Hormuz, and then said we will be loading with supplies of all kinds and hanging around in Strait of Hormuz. So the Americans are going to be there permanently in the Strait of Hormuz.
Let's see how that unfolds, RSN Singh. But what do you make of the commentary around Pakistan?
Yeah, so the commentary around Pakistan is that, well, it was a copy and paste job. Obviously, the draft was written by somebody. Such drafts are indeed exchanged several times before a finality is given. But after having gone through all this thing, the contents of various, tweets by Iran and Israel, by the US and Israel, I can tell you one thing, that Pakistan is just a messenger between the United States of America and Iran.
Okay. You think Pakistan is a messenger? Abhijit, called them event managers. Let's bring in Tushar. Tushar, what are your thoughts on Pakistan?
Look, to give you an analogy from a food delivery service, there is a fine difference between a chef who cooks your food and a delivery partner who delivers it. Pakistan here is a delivery partner, riding a bike it has bought on rent from the Chinese. And somehow, ISI fanboys and fangirls in India are attributing this entire deal, which is temporary, by the way, to Pakistan. For some in India, Pakistan is the new Vishwaguru, Iran is the new Vishwaguru. Have these people forgotten that Pakistan still continues to sponsor terrorism in India? Even as we speak now, our forces in Kashmir are battling infiltrators sponsored and trained by Pakistan. Have they forgotten Pahalgam? Have they forgotten 26/11? Have they forgotten hundreds and hundreds of terrorist attacks that Pakistan has ushered in? But today, everyone is a fanboy of Pakistan. This is the part I do not understand. Why are they confusing an event manager, if you want to call it, a delivery partner, a postman, for someone who can broker peace? Tell me, Pranesh, can Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Oman actually link their long-term security to a state that is in perpetual debt? Is Pakistan going to be the security guarantor of West Asia? Who in their right minds would buy it? Is Israel going to listen to the Pakistanis, to Asim Munir and Shehbaz Sharif, who can't even craft his own tweet when it comes to their military interest in the Middle East? Absolutely not. Pakistan is just looking for some attention, some bit of attention that they can leverage for the next loan before the next creditor, be it China, be it Saudi Arabia. We don't know. But it's a beggar with a begging ball who's happy to be paid in any kind. But somehow in India, we all are hailing Pakistan as if it's the next big thing. Let's be very clear, Pakistan is still a sponsor of terrorism, and this ceasefire, as of now, is temporary. We already had an attack this evening reported on the east to west pipeline in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what kind of ceasefire is really
a farce. As we speak, I'm sure, there are drones hovering, and, there have been reports of multiple attacks already over the last few hours. Professor Mondal, I'm just coming to you. Ashwini Mishra, what is this rush to, to cheer Pakistan? थोड़ा रुक जाते सर. पाकिस्तान खुद मान चुका है that they sponsor terror, they do dirty work of the of the West.
Pranesh, I generally consider you intellectual, but in your monologue, two things you said which felt quite offensive to me. First, you said that opposition supported Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. Opposition never supported Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. Opposition was with India. Opposition was with government. Opposition was with the people of India. It was then Bharatiya Janata Party led government which succumbed to Trump's pressure and did ceasefire. That is quite evident. We have debated. Another statement you made that we are having Pak Jindabad sentiment. We are supporting Pak Jindabad sentiment. Can you give one statement? I don't understand where you're getting your feeds from. Because we are Indians, we very much love India, we are concerned about India, and that is the reason we are asking those questions to our government. A failed state like Pakistan is winning in diplomacy against India. Can you imagine the kind of failed diplomacy Indian government has?
How is Pakistan winning?
That is the important question.
Ashwini Mishra, do you know what Pakistan thinks of itself? Do you know what Pakistan thinks of itself? I'll play out a reaction. Listen to Khwaja Asif, it was, or someone else. We have that ready. Khwaja Asif has said that we have been carrying out dirty works for the United States. This is what Pakistan thinks of itself. Here the Congress party and Congress allies are saying Pakistan has won. What has Pakistan won, sir? Aap bata dijiye na, what has Pakistan won?
Pakistan is the country which is mediating between America and Iran. We claim to be the Vishwaguru. Amit Shah on the multiple मंचेस has said that कि मोदी जी के बिना कोई आपस में देश का किसी देश का मसला नहीं सुलझता. मोदी जी के बिना एक पत्ता तक नहीं हिलता. We want to ask this. And that too, when right before the war was kicked in, Modi went to Israel and did a Nagin dance there. That was the primary reason that we could not be the Vishnu.
Now, Ashwini, there are two things.
Mediator.
No, there are two things. I'll break it down for you so that there is no confusion. Even if Pakistan is mediating, first of all, it is not mediating, like Abhijit said, that it is at best, an event manager. I'm coming to you, Abhijit, Tushar, RSN, 1 minute. But even if they are, why are we celebrating that? We should be highlighting the real face of Pakistan, that here is a rogue country. The Pakistan sponsors terror. Pakistan kills innocents. हम क्यों वाहवाही कर रहे पाकिस्तान की? Is that in national interest? ये देखिए, ये अपने बारे में ऐसा सोचते हैं और आप उनको, you are covering them in glory.
प्रणेश भाई, पता नहीं आप क्या माइंड सेट रखते हो, कैसी सोच रखते हो. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड वेयर वी सीम्स टू बी सेलिब्रेटिंग पाकिस्तान. अगर आप किसी रेस में हार जाओ, मैं आपसे पूछूं आप रेस में क्यों हार गए, वो दूसरा व्यक्ति क्यों जीत गया? आर वी सेलिब्रेटिंग द सेकंड पर्सन हु वन, और आर वी आस्किंग यू द क्वेश्चन दैट व्हाई यू लॉस्ट?
I will tell you, sir, because you don't understand geopolitics. Pakistan has been used by China, by the Americans, by everyone, by the countries in the Gulf, by Saudi, by UAE. Anyone who has money, Pakistan is ready to offer its services and its land and everything else. Abhijit knows a thing or two about that. Yes, Abhijit.
The Congress is the last person you should be talking to about diplomacy at all. Nehru, their great god. The Palestinians and Israelis have never agreed on anything except that Nehru's brilliant plan for the partition of Palestine was rotten. The North Koreans and the South Koreans never agreed on anything except that Nehru's mediation in the Korean conflict was rotten. Go read all the abuses Syngman Rhee, the president of South Korea, heaped on Nehru at that time. What is Indira Gandhi's claim to fame in diplomacy? Military, alag baat hai, she got 71. She hosted the non-aligned summit. Is hosting a summit a sign of diplomacy? These are the same people who say, when African Leaders Summit happens, oh, this is nothing great, this is just a conference. But then when it suits them, getting Iran and this thing, passing messages between Iran and something is a great diplomatic victory. Okay. This is the whole problem. And here is the problem with them. This is the party, Pranesh, that got 108 countries to vote against us in 1971. 90 countries to vote against us in the UN General Assembly in 1971. This is the party that unified China and America against us in 1971, where America sent a fleet against us and China did armored movements in Tibet to intimidate us. For these people, being a Swiggy delivery boy is higher than being a restaurant owner. And that is exactly the kind of jobs they will give you. They will turn you all into a nation of Swiggy operators. They will destroy all the restaurant owners. This is their economic policy. Therefore, it is their foreign policy.
Anish.
The only ones who want to destroy restaurant owners and create Swiggy delivery boys are the BJP, because that is their stated objective, and the economic ruin that they will lead us to over the next 5 years will be proof of the same. But that's besides the point.
That was an example, Anish, please, for God's sake.
Are those who are trying to hide the abject failure of the Indian government to take a stance on this conflict. Strategic autonomy is not silence. Becoming a Vishwaguru does not mean being entirely silent. What we are witnessing today is an abject failure to take a stance in an illegal, illogical war. You know, Pranesh, the unfortunate truth here today is that there was a time when somebody like Nehru could create a non-aligned movement and could at least have a voice at the table. There was a time when Indira Gandhi could liberate Bangladesh from Pakistan despite the United States being the sort of dominant bully that it was. There was a time when Atal Bihari Vajpayee had the courage to stand up for Palestine. Where is that courage today? You cannot go 2 days before this war begins to Israel and praise Benjamin Netanyahu and then over the course of the last month say nothing. If you had said nothing earlier, then you could say nothing now. This strategic silence right now makes our foreign policy look confused makes our foreign policy look weak. Of course, Pakistan is irrelevant here, and we know that, and the world knows that. But after 26/11, it was Manmohan Singh who made Pakistan look weak on the world stage and ensured that the world discredited Pakistan. Today, whether you like it or I like it, others are praising Pakistan. Why is that?
One thing that stands about Dr. Manmohan Singh's brand of diplomacy is Sharm el-Sheikh. Enough has been, said and written about it, but I don't want to go there. This is not about whataboutery. See the number of hands going there, the moment you uttered Nehru. Yes, Tushar.
I do not understand this obsession of posturing on an empty stomach. Our objectives in this crisis was to ensure that our energy security is maintained, our energy needs are met, our LPG, LNG and crude vessels reach India, and that is what exactly happened. If it was Anish's way, we would have no vessels coming through the Hormuz, but we'll have 2 days of shutdown a week. We'll have absolutely no LPG. We'll have queues at the petrol pumps, but we'll diplomatically posture. Why does the opposition of this country do not understand that prioritizing the energy needs of 1.4 billion people is far, far more important than some diplomatic posturing over X or on social media, which amounts to absolutely nothing. Even Nehru, for all his non-aligned movement,
this is not even diplomatic posturing, Tushar. I mean, you've been rather charitable. This is, things that you do for cheap thrills. This is just that. Abhijit?
Pranesh, this isn't even posturing, you understand? This is far worse. Do the Americans get outraged when we get killed? Do the Iranians get outraged when we get killed? But we should outrage when they get killed. This is the Abdullah ke shadi mein kya? Abdullah, whatever, I'm sorry, I'm not a native Hindi speaker. Kya, something ke shadi mein something begana type. This is the exact attitude that has reduced NCP to the current electoral status that it is at.
Let me read out something.
Status is exactly.
No, you're right. Diplomacy. This was not India's war. We secured our interest. Kishore Tiwari ji, मैं कुछ एक statement पढ़ रहा हूं. आप बताइएगा किसने बोला सही है कि गलत. Why should India have been on any negotiating table between US and Iran? कि हमारा क्या मतलब था?
ये देखो, प्रणेश,
नहीं, ये जो मैंने स्टेटमेंट पढ़ा है, ये सही है कि गलत है?
देखिए, मैं अभी बताता हूं, आज की परिस्थिति में मैं आरएसएन या अभिजीत या तुषार से ये पूछना चाहता हूं कि ईरान तो अमेरिका पे कुछ कर नहीं रहा था, ईरान कर किस पे रहा था? खाड़ी के देशों पे जहां 1 करोड़ भारतीय रहते हैं और उनके 9 करोड़ परिवार थे, आज वो कितने रिलैक्स है? मुझे एक बताइए, आपकी सब बात में मानता हूं, आरएसएन की भी मानता हूं, तुषार की भी मानता हूं कि एक अतिरेकी राष्ट्र को क्या दर्जा मिला है अभी। मैं बता रहा हूं कि शहबाज रहो या मुनीर रहो, इस वक्त बर्बादी कहां हो रही थी? क्या ये 9 करोड़ फैमिली, इसमें से 1 करोड़ में से 1 लाख लोग लौट के आए और अभी खाड़ी के देश कह रहे कि हम उनको वापस नहीं लेंगे। भारत ने जो कुछ किया, ब्रिक्स के राष्ट्र रहते हुए ईरान ने पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ भी भारत का साथ दिया था, लेकिन ये बहुत गलत हुआ। भारत ने जो श्रेय,
ये आप पता नहीं कौन से दुनिया में है, आप मुझे नहीं पता, शायद आप आर्टेमिस में हैं, आप ऊपर ल्यूनर सरफेस से आ रहे हैं, पता नहीं, आप बोल रहे हैं ईरान ने इंडिया को बैक किया था पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट। ये आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा उन्होंने क्या क्या कहा है इंडिया के बारे में। और बट दैट्स नॉट द मैटर। लुक, लाइक तुषार सेड, हमने अपने एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी को सिक्योर किया। हमें क्या चाहिए था? अगर कहीं 2 देश या 3 देशों के बीच में वॉर हो रही है किशोर तिवारी जी, तो हमें क्या चाहिए था? ऑयल और गैस जो है उसके रूट सिक्योर हो, वो हमने किया। हमें आगे बढ़ के रैम्बो क्यों बनना है? दैट इज नॉट हाउ डिप्लोमेसी वर्क्स। एंड बाय द वे द कमेंट दैट आई रेड आउट, ये आपके पार्टी की एमपी है प्रियंका चतुर्वेदी जी। अब वो एमपी नहीं है, एक्स एमपी, बट वेरी मच अ लीडर। उन्होंने कहा है, व्हाई शुड इंडिया बी ऑन द नेगोशिएटिंग टेबल? प्रोफेसर मंडल?
नो, आई थिंक आप तो रैम्बो नहीं बन सकते थे, लेकिन डिलीवरी बॉय बन सकते थे, ऐसा हुआ। लेकिन यह क्या हो गया है? देखो, डिलीवरी बॉय वाज डिलीवरिंग ए गुड चाइनीज फूड and you were looking from the other side of the door, right? You were just smelling that good food. That's what happened here. Now you are grudging them. We have nothing to do with Pakistan. But India and the global economy was suffering like hell for the last 45 days. You know it very well.
But Professor Mondal, how is that India's fault? If the global economy was taking a toll, which it did, how was it India's fault, and who's judging, what Pakistan is doing? Let them do what they want to.
India's fault. The fact remains that you visited Israel 2 days before the war began. But when the innocent people of Iran were killed...
Professor Mondal, last evening, did you know that there will be a ceasefire? What is this 2 days before the war, Modi was there? This comes up often. Last evening, around 8:30, did you know that this would happen? That a ceasefire would be announced? Nobody knows. Nobody knew then.
दो सेंसेस तो बोलने दीजिए 20 मिनट बैठा हूं इससे मत बुलाइए मेरे को देयर आर अदर चैनल्स वेयर आई कुड हैव गॉन प्लीज
सर वहां कोई देखता नहीं है आपको यहां लोग सुनते हैं देखते हैं आप यहां बोलिए प्रोफेसर मोंडल बट आंसर द क्वेश्चन
आई एम आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चन you could have gone to Israel, a friendly country. Iran was also a friendly country. It is still a friendly country. It is nonetheless supplying you, LPG and other energy, services. You could not even do anything, could not even condemn the attacks on the children. Then don't call yourself a Disha Guru.
We condemned the attack. Of course we condemned the attack. We called for peace.
And Mr. Pranesh Roy, I tell you one thing. I don't go to that channel run by some shouting Goswami. But that channel was consistently criticizing America for the last 40 days. You have watched that?
Sir, you want to go there, Professor Mondal? Why are you bringing that here? How is that relevant to the conversation? ये आपको क्या हो गया?
Take a stand. And you reflect the sentiment of the people as a media. You could not take a stand. A particular channel has taken a stand, a very strong stand, and I appreciate that. Sir, unfortunately, you could not.
Then, sir, 1 minute. Then what? Okay, 1 minute. After the show, you speak to the person that you are a fan of, and only speak to him.
Shouting match. But in this case, he took a stand. He took a stand. Give the Democrats
India took a stand for peace. Professor Mondal, is everything okay with you? The Prime Minister has been recorded many times. Even when he went to Israel, he said that, let's give peace a chance. He condemned attack on... sir, 1 minute. Every time, Professor Mondal, listen to the question. 1 minute. Sir, 1 minute. Can anything justify the attack by Hamas? Do opposition leaders talk about it with equal zeal? You don't, because it suits your narrative. On the question of Pakistan, how is it India's, failure? I don't understand. Colonel RSN, even if Pakistan is mediating, how is it in India's failure, diplomatic failure?
Listen, again, I am emphasizing the fact that please don't use the word mediation. The Israelis have consistently been saying that we are not part of this ceasefire and they have continued to bombard Lebanon. So they are not, for God's sake, don't use this word mediation. Now why it is acting as a messenger, you must see, Hindustan क्यों नहीं कर रहा है, तुम्हारी शाख गिर गई. अरे भैया, India does not have border with Iran. The only way today any Iranian can travel to Pakistan is through the land route. Aircraft is not flying. It cannot come through Strait of Hormuz. And that is where, these messages are being exchanged through the border. I hope you know that, this esteemed panelist, he knows that there's a 900 kilometers between Pakistan and Iran, right? And being neighbors, they have some kind of a security arrangement between them, given the, Baluchistan insurgency, which straddles the border. So it is as simple as that. That is why Pakistan has been chosen as a messenger boy. Tell me, how does a person travel today from Iran, an official travel from Iran to Pakistan? Will he be safe? Will he be safe? Will the Israeli intelligence leave them? And Israel is saying that it has not agreed to the ceasefire. So where is the mediation? There are 3 parties to this conflict.
Now, Professor Mondal, can you, okay, Professor Mondal, you know, just one question, sir, explain it to our viewers, and, you know, I'll withdraw what I said. How is this India's failure, even if Pakistan is doing what you claim it is doing?
India is a country which believes in the highest quality of humanity. When a ship came to your place for a naval expedition, that ship was attacked the moment it crossed India's border. You could not even condemn that. 160 children, school children, they got killed. You could not even condemn. I'm not even talking about getting involved in strategic diplomacy. But that's bare humanity. India was known for doing that. India was known for showing its humanity to the world. That has been shown by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. That's why they are revered across the globe. These two people, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore, they are revered across, even in Iran. Even in Iran they are revered. But India, the current Vishwaguru, he calls himself Vishwaguru. Okay. He was completely
Professor Mondal, you know, in the interest of humanity, you know, you emphasizing on humanity. You must have heard of the CAA. You know, the parties that oppose the CAA, was it a humane law to give shelter to the persecuted? Professor Mondal?
It was not a human law because it would be excluding persecuted people of a particular religion. That's why it was not an inclusive law. We are opposing that law principally even now. And after giving citizenship to those people, you are taking it away now in the name of the SIR, probably which we are going to debate in the next debate. You are taking the citizenship of the same people who are given citizenship by CAA. Now you are doing that.
You know, this taking away the citizenship is as true as Pakistan is mediating. Tushar?
You know, one thing that strikes me as odd, Pranesh, is for the last 10 years, for the 10 years where UP was ruling this country, they did not initiate one military attack against Pakistan, which was sponsoring terrorism on our land, even after 26/11. But today they expect the Modi government to be an active stakeholder, even a military stakeholder, in the crisis that is going on in West Asia. I do not understand why. Why does the opposition of this country do not understand that our side in this entire crisis was energy security? It wasn't Iran, it wasn't America, it wasn't Israel. It was energy security. We care for the cylinders in the households of India. We care for the crude that powers the cars and the logistics in India. And that is the objective we were setting out with. When the war began, the same opposition said, look, they have signed a trade agreement with America. They won't be able to get Russian oil. We did that. We got the Russian crude. When the Russian crude came in, they said we won't be able to get crude from other parts of the world. Hormuz is closed. We even did that. Now we are importing crude from Iran as well for the first time in 7-8 years. Now the opposition has a problem. Since the beginning of this conflict, more than a month ago, the opposition has been hunting for a crisis that can paralyze this nation, and their frustration reeks from the fact that we have overcome this crisis. And even as we navigate through the global challenges, the economic challenges, we are doing our best as a nation. But this is what the opposition hates. They were wishing for a crisis. Thankfully, we have none.
And you know, one thing that you forget to mention, but I must remind the viewers, is about what Pawan Kheda had put out. He put out a post, Abhijit, about Shivalik Nanda Devi, deleted it. Nobody talked about it. You know, but that's okay. That's besides the point. You've heard Professor Mondal, Anish. Can you tell us how's, you know, Pakistan's mediation, India's failure?
Pakistan's mediation has nothing to do with India, and Pakistan's lack of mediation here has nothing to do with India. At the same time, how on earth are we taking credit for oil lines opening up again? If you're saying we're not responsible for the Strait of Hormuz shutting down, how is India responsible for the Strait of Hormuz opening up again? This is classic.
That's not what, that is not what Tushar said. He said that, no, he is not saying that we should take credit for the, you know, for the opening of Hormuz. He's saying we secured our interest. We got our ships carrying, you know, supplies to pass through Hormuz. That is the limited point. How? By talking to Iran. By talking to Iran.
To get? No. Pranesh, the answer is very simple. This government announced a historic trade deal with the United States of America, details of which are unknown because the tariffs were raised. This government goes to Israel, supports Israel, and then stays silent on this war. This government supports Sheikh Hasina, backs the wrong horse constantly.
Now, Anish, answer a logical question. If you think we are silent, we are backing Israel, and we've betrayed Iran, would Iranians be talking to us? Do you know Supreme Leader's representative in India spoke to our managing editor today, and he said we are thankful for the endless support by New Delhi. He said it at least 3 times during the course of a 20-minute interview. Would the Iranian foreign minister be taking Jaishankar's call if they thought that India has betrayed Iran? What are you saying? Let's not get ahead of ourselves to, make a point. Abhijit.
Well, have you noticed the problem with all these congresses? And mind you, TMC and NCP are all sprouts from the Congress. Notice the common thread out here. It is all about morality and grandstanding, essential dhongipana over any real substantial improvements for Indian people and the Indian citizens. There are 1 crore Indians in the Gulf. God forbid we worry about their interests. God forbid we worry about the oil tankers coming in. As long as they, sing Robindra Sangeet, it is very good. If that was the case, Mr. Monajit Mandal should give up his job. He should not accept a salary. He should not look after his family. He should be doing Jatra theatre with Robindra Sangeet around Kolkata. Na? For himself, different rules. But everybody else should not worry about their stomach.
Professor Mandal, quick response. Kishore Tiwari, you're next.
I know he's a half Bengali. He's a ruthless, conniving, fascist that he's speaking. Tagore was revered across the globe. The 3 Indians who are known everywhere. Tagore is one of them. Mother Teresa and Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. 2 came from this land. You do not know that. Not your Vishwaguru. 100 years ago, when there was no aircraft, this man traveled to every nook and corner of the globe, read it, and then debate with me. Right? He wanted to have this kind of formation. India, China had relationship because of Tagore. Go and visit Shantiniketan. Go and visit Shantiniketan. India and Japan had good relationship.
So you know what China... No. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Enough of this. 1 minute. Professor Mandal, please. I think, your timeline in your mind is not present day India or present day world. 1 minute, sir. Do you know what the Chinese do to Muslims? What should we do? Go there, wage a war? बता दीजिए, वो करना चाहिए.
I am simply saying that.
नहीं बोलिए ना. Let's go save all the Uyghur Muslims. Let's wage a war. Call out the Chinese.
You could have taken a stand. The media.
Yeah, that's a humane thing. Na? Let's go save humanity.
If you know.
Kishore Tiwari ji, you were making this point about, a large number of Indians staying in the Gulf. मैं आपसे बस आखिरी में ये सवाल पूछ रहा हूं कि हमने सबसे बात की. हमने अपने लोगों के सेफ्टी के बारे में सोचा, हमने अपने एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी के बारे में सोचा, लेकिन ऑपोजिशन अभी भी कह रही है कि देखिए पाकिस्तान जीत गया और इंडिया हार गया.
देखिए प्रणेश, मैं ये बात तक मैं तुषार की भी बात सुना, मैंने अभिजीत की भी बात सुना. मैं कह रहा हूं कि अमेरिका पाकिस्तान की क्रेडिबिलिटी कुछ नहीं थी, लेकिन जो रोल इंडिया ने अदा करना था वो पाकिस्तान ने अदा किया. देखो डिलीवरी बॉय भी है.
नहीं किशोर तिवारी जी, लेकिन हमें ये रोल अदा करना था, ये किसने कहा था? नेहरू जी कह के गए थे. ये रोल किसने लिखा है? आई मीन हु कंसेप्चुअलाइज दिस रोल फॉर इंडिया कि हमें ये रोल अदा करना था?
प्रणेश ब्रिक्स का प्रेसिडेंट ब्रिक्स के सदस्य के लिए काम नहीं कर रहा. क्या चल रहा है ये? हम अलग अलग है, हम फेल हो गए.
किशोर तिवारी जी क्या बोल रहे हैं? ब्रिक्स का प्रेसिडेंट है तो क्या पत्थर उठा ले हम? वी शुड हैव ब्रिक्स इन आवर हैंड. सर क्या बोल रहे हैं आप कि हमें ये रोल अदा करना चाहिए था? कौन बताएगा हमें क्या रोल अदा करना चाहिए था? हमारा नेशनल इंटरेस्ट फर्स्ट है, और वो जो जियोपॉलिटिकल डायनामिक है वो चेंज होते रहता है, उस हिसाब से हमें कदम उठाने पड़ते हैं. अब जाएंगे. प्रोफेसर मंडल आफ्टर दिस डिबेट इज फॉर्मुलेटिंग अ प्लान टू इन्वेड चाइना टू ब्रिंग बैक ऑल द वीगर मुस्लिम्स जितने भी बचे हैं वहां पे. प्रोफेसर मंडल, आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट, and take that person who you are talking about with you. Okay, both of you should go there. Let's move on. Viewers, let's quickly move on.